What will be present next is a small workshop as well as a small activity on communication. The members of the team are Didier Ruiseco, Christian Duran, Jose U, and I, Angel Quintal. First of all, we have to know what communication is. And in general, we know that communication is an interaction through words or, in some situations, gestures. This is very easy to understand, since it is a very common interaction between people, and the decision of talking about this is that we must understand how is the interaction in our group and in our classroom. How is the interaction in our group or classes is very varied, since we subdivided into a small group of which we communicate in this different way, since each small group is made of people close to each other, either because they have studied together in the past or get along in different ways. But what we need is the complete interaction of the whole group, since this is necessary to be able to reach a common goals and to be able to organize ourselves more naturally for future activities. Like this activity, we interact in a different team, and we need to know each other because it's very hard communicate with people who you don't common interact with each other. So that's all.
Activities to improve your group communication. Communication, as my partner said, is something really important to develop as a skill. So some activities that you can do to improve it is to talk with other people about you and listen to them. For example, if you are in a small group, that would be really helpful because you don't really need to listen to tons of people. So you can start talking about yourself with your partner or with your friend, about who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what kind of activities you do, and that will make stronger your relation. And also that will help you a lot to upgrade the communication with public people. You're starting with your friend, but then you'll be upgrading that skill and talking with so much more people and being confident with yourself. And also listen to the others as they will listen to you. This is something important. And also the broken phone. The broken phone, as you might think, is related to literally, as the word says, broken phone. If you don't have your phone with you, if you don't have internet, for example, you normally start talking with other people, try to communicate, to be verbal with others people. So this might be a really good activity to do, because you will be talking, you will be expressing yourself, you will be communicating, because you don't have your smartphone, you don't have any kind of technology to get deep in. So this is really helpful. Also, the types of communication. There are four main types of communication that we have been upgrading since we were born. For example, the first one that we learn is, I think, the verbal, the one that we start to learn. When you said dad, when you said mom, that is your first words. This verbal communication is really important because it's like the main of the communication, the top of the communication. You need to be real verbal person. If you have this skill well graded, you will have extra points for that, for interview, for your job, for your life, for everything. If you have this skill good, that will be really helpful with you. The nonverbal communication is like more like when you're in love, you demonstrate this nonverbal communication by making some activities, making some stuff for other people, like caring about them, like giving some kind of food to them to feed them, because you're doing it with love. Also, it can be contact or not contact, like give a hug, or not contact as taking care of them. Also, the writing communication. This one is the one that they teach us at school, how to write. But there's types of writing, of course. There's this formal writing that is the one that is really good, that you need to really learn about it if you want to be professional. The writing one, as you speak and you may touch some points by speaking, you can do the same by writing. And also the visual. Visual communication is something also important. Like when you are with the person that you love, you will be like so much visual. You will see them as a really beautiful thing, and that. So maybe art is a visual communication. Music is not as main like visual, but it gets like to the point. Like you're communicating without talking, without acting, just like with your other sense.
Now, regarding to the roles that exist in an enterprise team, first we have the specialist, which is a highly skilled person that provides a specific knowledge of a subject. Then we have the evaluator, which is a person that gives the advantages and disadvantages of a project or decision. Furthermore, he may provide the requirements for the fulfillment of the objectives. Finally, we have the brain overseas, which is the person that solves the most complicated problems. These problems may seem that like they don't have any other solution. These people are generally more creative, but this may be a barrier for their communication, because they prefer to work alone. But their work is pretty valuable. Now let's begin with the activity, which is a quizzes. You can find the link of the game in the slides plus the code. Thank you.
Now in this slide, communication between teams. This is also important. This is something that is really helpful and is like an example of the way that you will implement a well communication. Well, of course, in teams you need to discuss and to agree on what to do and what not to do. If you have good communication in your team, you will have great scores. If it's about school or a great product, great value in your brand. So the importance of communication in teams is really helpful, because you need to listen to your teammates, and also to agree and discuss the ideas that everyone's have. So if you have this great communication, you can listen to them, you can think about the ideas they have. But if you don't have like a well communication in your team, you're not gonna be as if you're a good leader or a good teammate, because you don't know how to listen. You think that your idea is the best one and no one can change it, and also you cannot see the bad things of your team. So if all of the team have a great communication, you will get great results. Now, how does good communication help us in the classroom? Well, this is something really obvious because we are students. We develop ourselves in classrooms. And how can it help us? Well, if you have good communication with your partners, as an example of me, for example, I have good communication with some of my classmates, so we can share some ideas to how to resolve a problematic that the teacher gave us, how to solve a task, how to solve a homework. And because our great communication, I listen to them, I think about what they said, and also if they have like some kind of an idea that comes to their minds or something that they want to share with us, I will listen to them and I will think about what they say. So this is pretty obvious. If you don't have a good communication with your classroom, that will be a little bit messy because you're not gonna know what to do, what not to do. You're not gonna trust in everyone's because you think that they are not going to do anything, or that they don't know how to do anything and they don't know anything. So you probably are gonna get a little messy life, okay? Because you cannot do anything alone. So you need a team, and because you need a team, you need a good communication. And concluding, okay, we can conclude that communication is the most important and powerful skill that we can develop by the time, and also it's really needed in your life for everything you're gonna need communication. And for those people that have great developed their communication skills, you're gonna see that those people are really successful in life. They have great opportunities at work, as students. If you have this communication and you have it well developed, it can help you a lot in your whole life, for everything, for paperwork, for maybe if you are in a date, for your wife. It will help you for everything, for a job, while talking to your boss. For everything is gonna help you. So the good fact here is that we show you a little bit of this communication and how to have a good communication, managing how to use it. So please try to use it well. If you don't have a good communication, try to start learning about it. Try to